Your perspective can either empower you or imprison you. The way you choose, because we do have a choice, the way you choose to see the reality becomes your own experience of reality. And I immediately want to start with the short and funny story. Just a few days ago, here on YouTube, I received not so pleasant comment about my English accent. I probably misspelled something in the video, and it was like a quite nasty comment. And look, my voice, I have always been very confident about my writing, but somehow I have been very shy about my voice, and especially about accent in English. And a lot of people have made fun of it, good intended, but it leaves marks on us, no? And my relationships with my voice was one of the reasons why I decided to go into the YouTube and start to express myself also with my voice, not just in a written form, to break those inner chains and allow myself to expand, but also allow my message to reach the wider audience of people. So look, when I read that comment, I just started to laugh. And it was so curious for me to notice that it didn't do anything in me. The old me from the past would have taken this comment as something bad, and maybe I would even shy away from doing more of the things I enjoy doing because of someone's opinion about me. Whereas right now, because I'm like, well, thank you for the algorithm boost. So in this video, let's explore how we can shape our perspective in a way that it can actually serve us and propel us forward towards the life that we want to live, instead of pulling us down, creating more anxiety and even bigger inner chains within us. Because every event, every happening in life, whatever someone says, everything is neutral. If someone says something nasty to us, yeah, they just like say the thread of words, but what counts is what meaning we attach to the thread of words and what inner experience it starts to create within us. Our inner experience is what dictates our outer experience. So when we look at some challenge in our life with the question of where is an opportunity here? Who could I become by going through these things? Instead of with the questions of why is it always happening to me? In other words, as soon as you look on things not as on the wall, but as the portal, your whole experience of reality starts to shift. And not only your inner experience, but also like the outer experience. Reality starts to shift around you and reorganize in a way that this event does become your gateway. Some years ago, almost 10 years now, I was very deep into a yoga practice. And I had this dream of going to Mysore. I was practicing Ashtanga yoga, which is like very physically demanding practice. So I saved money, I carved out the time, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to India and I'm going to spend there a few months. Everything sounded and was magical, except on the third day, I injured myself really badly during the practice. I injured my intercostal muscle. These are like a group of muscles between the ribs. These are secondary breathing muscles. They are involved in our breathing. And I was in so much pain. The injury was really bad. I could barely walk. And here I am in the middle of what was supposed to be my dream, but has become my nightmare. At least I saw it that way. And I spent first 2 days just crying and feeling sorry for myself. I was calling to my partner at the time, I was calling to my brother, and I'm like, oh my God, why everything is unfair? Like, why it's happening to me? This is wrong, and all those things, right? Like I was really, really a victim. Thanks God, I still showed up for my practice. But instead of doing the physical practice, I was sitting on my mat and simply visualizing the practice. So I was doing in sort of meditation, visualization of the practice. My teacher approached me and he says, Oksana, why you're not moving? And I was like, what do you mean? I can't. I was like, are you delusional? Like, don't you see what's happened to me? Like, poor me, you know, life is against me. And he was so calm and he's like, well, can you move your toes? I was like, yes, I can. He's like, can you move your ankle? I'm like, yeah. He's like, then start doing that. Focus on what you can do and start from a place where there is already movement. And it really shifted me out of that victim mode. And I was like, wait a minute. There is so many things I still can do. I still felt frustration seeing how everyone else is going so deep into their practice and like enjoying that. And here was me that like I was, in a way, I was limited in my physical movements if I choose to see it that way. But there were so many things I could do. And yes, I did have to reorganize my plans and shift things around. But to be honest, everything worked out for the best. Starting from that moment when he asked me, like, can you move your toes? Yes, then do that. And every day, like I was exploring more and more and the bigger and wider range of movement of what is possible for me and what can I do. The injury took several months to heal. But when it did, I was much more stronger. I had much more range. I had much more flexibility and control of my body than ever before. So very often we need to regress in life to progress. We don't want, I know in that moment we don't want to admit it, we don't want to see it. It's so easy to succumb to the victimhood. But when we focus on what is possible for me right now, where is an opportunity here, where is the movement, where is the aliveness, where is health, where is the abundance, the whole perspective of our reality, and with that our reality starts to shift. Life will always happen. There will be always challenges. There will be always things that we like to define as problems. There will be always setbacks. There will be like 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. There will be always fluctuations. That's nature of life. Nothing is wrong. That is life. But your job as an artist of your own life is to constantly find the way. Where is the portal here? Where is the gateway? Where the situation can lead me that I can't even imagine from the place I am in right now. But I'm curious to explore. You see, the wall and the portal exists simultaneously. And your focus, your perspective, is the one that dictates towards what are you steering the wheel of your life. If you focus on what is wrong, what you cannot control, what you cannot do, that will be your experience. And let's be honest, it's a miserable experience. Why would we create that? Whereas if I focus on what is possible for me, what is available for me right now, what is in my control, what can I create right now from the resources I have right now in this moment, what is the first step I can take today, that will become inevitably my experience. And this, the second one, is a much better experience to be in than the first one, where we feel completely out of control and as a victims of reality. And I have a free resource available for you where I explain the power of focus. Link is in the description of this video, go check it out. Your perspective can become your cage or your point of power. So when you look on the challenge in front of you, on event, on happening, ask yourself how my perspective makes me feel. Do I feel empowered or weak? How my perspective about my body makes me feel. How my perspective about my colleagues make me feel. How my perspective about my clients makes me feel. How my perspective on life makes me feel. Ask yourself, tune into that inner experience. What feeling does it create within you? And if it does make you feel weak, change it. Explore it, play around. You can always come back to the previous one, to the one that makes you feel weak, disempowered, out of control, and as a victim. That one will always be available freely. It's like it's volunteering. Take me, I'm here for you, right? The other one, that empowerment, the perspective of empowerment, the perspective of power, the perspective of love, the perspective of magic, the perspective of possibility, of opportunity, that is a little bit shy and we have to train it, okay? But explore, tap into it. How would I feel inside of me if I could see this event, the wall in front of me, the one that I perceive as a wall, as a portal? What experience, what change within me would this perspective create? And it's much easier to create, to add action, because action in life is very important. I'm not saying you to, stay in bed and just simply manifest. No, you acting fest. But it's much easier to act from a place of empowerment than from a place of disempowerment. I think we can agree on that, right? Remember, every day you can choose expansion or contraction. And you have the power to choose that and create that for yourself. So be willing to expand your range, expand your perspective, and be willing to see the things differently. Explore for yourself how your immediate experience of reality changes when you change your perspective. Choose expansion and own your power. And all it takes is a continuous decision, because it's not like you will choose it once and then it's like, oh, I will never see challenges again. No, it's a continuous work. So if you would like to learn more about how to interrupt negative mental loops, go to watch my next video.